sister has a rat. So
Oh, really? You know.
Sorry, another one's baby.
They get scared, yeah.
Come around here.
She's never been loose, but, you know, like...
Your nose going wild.
Yeah, she's checking everything out.
Say hello. What happened to her cheeks?
She had an abscess, and just last week I had to bring her, her whole face was out like this. And they had to shave the fur and then slice it and get all the stuff out. So, yeah, she went through a little trauma last week. But it's clearing up pretty good. I give her antibiotics twice a day, and then I have to clean out the wound.
I want to hit another Polaroid, guys, right when we get her back here, see what we got after us.
Okay.
You lift Grace up for a moment?
Lift her up?
Yeah, we're going to put this.
I'm trying to make this as easy on you as possible. Okay, what I do is I have to cut a bunny out. Cutting her out through is a difficult task.
Beautiful.
Good, we're good. Okay.
All right.
You know, wait, I just had an idea that might actually be smart. You know, I would, except we're putting her into the same thing, so it doesn't matter.
Don't stop.
Don't need to.
Look how much her whiskers show up against the black.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Okay, you can stay right where you are.
Okay.
I'll just have you lift your hands occasionally.
Right.
Well,
Can you turn her towards me, or do you want to?
That's too far.
Okay. Here we go. That's
Is that
better.
good?
Yeah, I just need some good face shots. I wasn't getting them before. She's actually pretty lazy. She doesn't really stand up, does she? She just lays there.
Yeah, I think it's
Might give
more of
a tug on.
defensive
I
position.
tug on the duvetine right in front of her, so I don't. It's right in front of her, directly in front of her. That's it. You can stay there.
You want her back over there?
Yeah. And if she moves again, I'll just shoot wherever she goes because I need angles.
get those spine. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll just have 12 good frames here. Well, that was 2.
You got one for this.
Try anything once. That's good. That's good. The more movement's good. That's good. Just don't let her jump off. She just shattered, isn't she? Okay, back to me.
Don't be shy.
You know what, Brooklyn? Can you just block this with your hand real quick?
Nice. That's good. That's great. That's not bad. Gracie?
Oh, there was a big one. You want to turn the other way?
Gracie? You know, do lift her up. You know the angle she was at when she's holding her? So I need her front end up kind of higher. No, you know how, just lift her so her front end's up.
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Is that not too much blubber though?
That's fine. That's cute. Gracie, you're not going to put your chin up, are you? It'll lift your front end up higher, can you? That's it. That's what I need right there. Let me have 2 of these. One more. Hold it. What do I have? Got.
Well, I'll tell you. You guys don't know yet.
I know.
What?
Have you?
She's got this. Can you pull this one?
Oh, shoot, you're all set.
Oh, it's done. Okay.
Don't fall off of it.
All right.
You all right? Okay.
Where do you go from here? Hold on. No. Right through here.
Got it.
Thank you. We'll have you back in a minute.
With Gracie?
With Gracie and Charlotte. Now what we're doing is, where's that metal hand runner? Playmate shot? No, the other playmate. No, Julie McCullough. We did a shot of her.
Sitting on that plate?
Well, where she's wearing the bunny outfit, holding the plate, there's supposed to be a bunny on it, kissing her on the nose. So we're going to dub that bunny into this shot. Basically the plate. So this will make things easier. Alright. Hey, where's the test bag? Just put here. Let me have it, because that's all I need on this. More. Okay.
You done with this?
Yeah, we're done with that. We're done with the same.
You got it.
Huh? I'll move this camera out of the way for you.
Okay.
And we'll just show it back in here.
She's very sweet.
And she's
Yeah.
great.
How long have you had her?
2 years. She's, I don't know if you heard her background, but my next door neighbor has a 25-foot snake. And she was for 2 months in with the snake, waiting for the snake to eat her. And she grew too big in that time. And then my next door neighbor just stuffed her in a little carrying case and was going to let her live like that. It's disgusting. So I went over and got her and said, she can't live like this. Now she's got an unbelievable life. She's so happy. Except when she comes to do photo shoots.
A little stressful, huh?
Yeah, I think so. And she's only been in a car twice in her life.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah.
I use mine for that every now
Where
and
are you going to shoot, Bob?
then. I'm going to be right in here.
Look at my body on my
But if he gets part of me in there, it's good.
Yeah.
Are you like this?
Oh, totally. Whatever, yeah.
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 Just a little shake.
Everyone just pretend like I'm not here.
Oh, when's the rabbit coming?
Let's shoot a few of him during the make if you don't mind, and then we'll be ready again.
Well, let me try to do something actually.
Right?
Ooh, your breast smells like the food's probably good.
It's like a little garlic.
Are you getting a picture like this?
This way. This is really good. Okay, so that's where I was going.
Yeah, everyone, no, you get it once. Yeah, you get it once and then you got it.
Watch. Right. Right, like this.
I know, take my ass out. This is worth to happen.
Well, it's good. That's like a video for him too. Yeah, exactly. All of a sudden he's like tensing.
I know. Actually, we put 5 minutes on it. How was it?
We're gonna let you meet the bunny that you're gonna shoot with. Yeah? There she is.
Hi, Gracie.
Hi, Gracie.
Gracie, this is Charlotte. Hi,
Beauty.
Oh, look how beautiful the fur is.
Yeah, you're gonna be famous. She's a good girl. And I hear she likes to be cut right here,
She
right?
loves it. She loves her ears rubbed.
She's a rescue?
Yeah.
Is she?
Yeah. She was going to be snake food.
You're kidding.
My next door neighbor had her in for 2 months with her snake, and she grew too big. And then, so then she put her in a little cage, and she was going to live the rest of her life out there. So I went over and
Yeah,
took
it's
her.
just amazing how many of these they kill to make one coat.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's 40 bunnies to make one coat.
unbelievable.
She's
Unbelievable.
so lovable.
Look how beautiful this animal is. And I love the little extra poundage
blubber.
in the chin.
Yeah. She uses it as a pillow.
Does she?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
When she's laying
Hey,
down.
Cutie, look at me. Can I pet the ears?
Oh, she loves her ears rubbed. Yeah.
I'm so glad you were rescued.
I'm so glad you were rescued. Very, very happy now.
Actually, we've had luck with that.
Do you want to try it again? Remember the back leg.
Oh, beautiful.
She's a little good girl. Oh, you're so soft and pretty. Oh. Hi, honey. Are you happy? Are you having a happy life? A happy, cruelty-free life?
Very happy.
Yes. I wish all bunnies were as lucky as you. I really do. Aww. How could anybody kill us? You're so beautiful.
That's good.
Great.
Let me just take your phone change here.
Hey, you know, he has an hour. I got 36 friends.
I'm so happy that wasn't the one time it freaked out on me or something.
Yeah.
You're great. Smile.
I'll make this quick. Nice. Look up at nice. Great.
So she can't see flash, huh?
Yeah, she doesn't seem to. A lot of animals don't.
How does she see? Why is that?
I don't know. I've shot like horses and I've shot elephants. It's all very cute. Never shot a cat?
Yeah.
It's not real. You ever meet her like that? Yeah. How do you get on it? And we may not find your face. You guys turn around. No? You press in there? There we go. 22A.
For it mentally and just go for it. I am surprised at how much I handle it because I'm not someone that's like a big nudity person in general. I'm not. I never have on film, and
I saw one Polaroid.
it looks really good. Oh, thank God.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
A photo with dignity and a glamorous photo with all of them saying.
You know what's really cool is that I play a really tough character on TV, and this is so the opposite. It's soft and pretty and pink and the little bunny, and I'm like on TV.
Fantastic characters too, though. With the kid and even with Dennis, the one.
It is. Well, what's great is I'm playing a strong woman in a really male-dominated career, but I'm trying to still be a woman. I don't want to become a man. So I want to be able to be tough, but then if they give me a couple windows of that I'm still a vulnerable person, then, which is what I do when I'm with Dennis, which is why I love that. Are we filming?
I'm just gonna let it roll anyway, yeah.
Oh, okay. I almost had to become a different person.
I love how you were sitting at the table, you were on the date, but you actually wanted to be babysitting and you were distracted and the guy kept talking about himself over and over.
Yeah, I really love that because I think a lot of times it's when you're with somebody else that you realize who you really want to be with.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really interesting because I think that it was when I had a date that all of a sudden he got a little jealous out of the blue and that surprised him.
Yeah.
And then I'm listening and then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I think I want to be with this other person. And I thought it was a really smart way to...
It was very subtle, but it was tender. It was really nice.
Yeah, it was really subtle. And they also didn't make my date a blatant asshole. He was just like a guy that we just kind of went like this and we just didn't get each other.
Yeah, you didn't go walk away from someone like a bad guy.
Yeah, because I think at first they had him be like the bad date from hell. And then they realized that that was too stereotypical. And it's more realistic when you just...
Means more, too.
missing each other, you know, and it's just that uncomfortable, you know.
It means more, too. So, can we start?
I'm ready, yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I'm going to ask you if you can repeat part of the question back, just so that it's
Okay.
complete to your name. We're not going to hear my...
Okay.
Okay. What is one of the most important issues for animals, do you think?
I think one of the most important issues for animals is that people realize really what animals are, and what I think that is are beings that have feelings and emotions and should have rights and not be put down on a daily basis or on an hourly basis. And I was raised with dogs, and I saw fear, I saw embarrassment, I saw excited, I saw sadness, I saw everything that I see in an animal that should have more rights than what we give them. So it's been something that I've felt passionate about since childhood and will continue to work very hard on for the rest of my career, I hope.
Of the issues, of the fur issue, vegetarianism, etc., which do you feel most passionately about?
It's hard to pick one issue that I feel more passionately about because I think that fur is, it's hard for me to even look at fur. I just did a photo shoot today with a rabbit, and the thought of how many rabbits it takes to make one coat is just mind-blowing. And so I would say that I'm really passionate about fur, particularly because I have a lot of fake fur, and it looks great, and it's warm, and it's hip, and there's no need to kill tons of animals. I also think being a vegetarian is really important, too. I think the more I've learned about animals and how they're cared for or not cared for and how they're killed, was a real eye-opener for me. And I think if more people were more aware of really how they're treated or really mistreated, that they would become vegetarians. And today I tasted this fake chicken for the first time in my life. It was amazing. It is amazing what you can do nowadays between the tofu and the soy to make it taste like you're not missing out on anything. Because being a Midwesterner, I did like the flavor, I hate to even say it, of some chicken and some beef. And you don't have to eat chicken and beef to still have that flavor. And I simply feel healthier and more energetic. And the few times that I would slip, but as I was becoming a vegetarian, I felt terrible and tired and moody and sluggish, and it really was an eye-opener for me. So, you said vegetarianism, fur, and what was the other one?
Well, whatever issue you're
Oh,
passionate about.
well, I feel very passionate about putting animals down, animal rights. I think that every shelter should be a no-kill shelter, and I think that it's an issue of space in terms of, you know, the shelters that put down dogs or any kind of animals say that they don't have enough space, and I wish that we had tons of space for animals. And I also wish that people didn't go out and get exotic animals and think, oh, this pig is so cute, and then it gets big and ugly in their mind, and then they give it away. That kind of ignorance is I feel passionate about, too.
How do you feel when you see someone wearing a real fur?
When I see somebody wearing a real fur, I get sad, and I feel semi-radical. I feel like I could yell at the person, I could curse the person, I could say, don't you know? You just want to say, don't you realize? Do you want to see what they do? I mean, are you aware of what's going on? And it's hard for me not to get really emotional about it. I think the last time I went to a big store like Saks or something, I walked by the first section, and I walked right up to the lady, and she said, can I help you? And I said, do you know how many animals you're killing? I thought, you know, you always wonder what's radical, and the truth is, I think it's radical of how many animals we kill. So I feel very passionate about it, and it's hard for me to see. It makes me sad.
What made you want to get involved with PETA and animal rights? Was there one defining moment? Was it just growing up with dogs?
I think PETA is an amazing organization because not only do they help with awareness in terms of animals and animal rights, but they do a lot of legal legislation as well, which I think is really important. I know that when I have time, I take their monthly pamphlets and I look at some of the specific things that they point out in and around the United States, well, and worldly. And sometimes you feel so helpless being one individual, which I think is a big thing to talk about because I think that everybody can make a difference. It can be overwhelming, but if you have a couple of addresses to write to, along with giving money, you feel like you're doing a little bit more. I mean, you want to volunteer if you can and give money if you can, but each letter adds up. And so PETA is really good about giving specific addresses and what the specific topic is in terms of the argument and the names of people. And so I really like being able to feel more of a part of what's going on, and I learn a lot. I don't really know about like the bull killing or all these different things that are going on, and when you learn about it and you can write in about it, I think is a real plus that PETA does. And I think that they're a really strong, classy organization that's done a lot for animal rights, and I feel really proud to be a part of it. I really do. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
What
As long as my butt looks okay.
What would you do, and it might have happened already, if you were asked to wear a real fur for a law?
I was asked to wear fur for a Vogue magazine thing, which was a big coup for me to get, and it wasn't even an option. I said, there's no way. There's no way. I've done period movies where maybe fur was more prevalent at the time, and I can't do it for me and my conscience. In fact, there was a line they wanted me to say on the show that I'm on, NYPD Blue, recently, where we come upon a dead body that's been rotting, and I'm supposed to open the door, and I say, oh, I hope it's a dead cat in there because it smells awful. And I said, I'm not going to say this. And, you know, they made fun of me a little bit because that's what people do when they don't really understand a real passionate person for animals. But there was, you know, I have a partner on the show who could easily say it. But it goes against me as an individual either to wear fur for a photo shoot or even to say anything derogatory about animals or doing something negative towards animals on camera. I won't do it. There's no way. In fact, I won't even work in Puerto Rico anymore, because, even though it's beautiful, because there were so many homeless dogs and dying dogs that I would see every day to and from the set. It was a terrible, terrible thing to see, and you can't numb yourself to it. And I brought home a homeless dog named Taco, who's been a part of my family for a long time. But I try to avoid places where I know I'm going to see a lot of dying animals that aren't euthanized and that kind of thing. So I make a lot of choices in my career concerning animals. I do.
You can do it.
You absolutely can. It's not a big deal.
What is the one thing you think everyone can do easily to help animals in their own individual lives?
What you can do individually is go to your local shelter or the SPCA, and even the smallest thing is a big deal. I mean, I think that even if you just go there for an hour and you think that it's nothing, even just brushing them and hugging them and bringing a couple treats. And I've done things like fostering a dog. There was a dog that had 8 puppies, and they're not very adoptable if they're raised in the kennel. So I took the 8 puppies home for 8 weeks and played music for them and everything, and I was determined to get them all adoptable. And it really felt good to be able to help that way. And they were all adopted, and I was so worried about the Moz, what I called her, because her tits kind of hung low, and she was really sad looking, and she was so sweet. And Bob Barker took her on The Price is Right. She went like that as an older couple took her. So there's always a way to find a home if you work at it. So I think that the littlest things from your local shelter to sometimes you'll see pet adoptions on the street, and I have a lot of friends that have organizations, and I just go there for half a day, and it really means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the dogs. I think the biggest fear is thinking that it's such a big problem that you alone can't do anything, and that's just not the truth. I think 1 hour a week is major. It makes a huge difference. Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
Just that I can tell you that shelter dogs do make the best pets. Because they've had maybe a rough past doesn't mean they can't be the most thankful, loving, giving animals you've ever seen in your life. And I just wish that more people knew how cute and loving these animals are that are being put down every day. It's a real shame. And just go to your shelter. Go get your dog or your cat or a pig at the shelter or a rabbit. They have rabbits. They have everything. Okay. I get very passionate about this. I could almost cry.
Thank you so much.
I hope that's okay. I was a little rambly.